Pedophiles, we got some of them in our code. Pedophiles will never change. They got a lust for children. I don't know if they pencil children size, but they sick when you only want to have sex with children. Bishop Randy Frazier is an example of that. I don't know how old that girl is now. This girl was so smart in Nassau. She had a dossier on Bishop Randy Frazier. She could tell you what everything looks like in his bedroom. She could tell you when he gave her the claps. He took her. This is a record in the cause. He took her to the pharmacy to tell her what to get rid of the claps. He's a bishop. He went to jail for 4 years, and guess what? He ain't come and apologize to the baby people. He ain't come and apologize to this young girl. He's back in the church. And I can bet you right now, any of y'all that got children in Bishop Randy Frazier Church, he's still fooling with them little children in the name of God. They're just wicked. Pedophiles don't change. They can't be reformed. That is why in America, the Americans already did their documentary on pedophiles. That's why every state that they go to, they have to register and sign in. Every time you hear some of them little children disappear, the pedophile got them, and to stop them from telling who molested them, the pedophile becomes a murderer. That's another thing to look for in the Bahamas. But we knew how dangerous pedophiles are. Espin was one of the most dangerous pedophile on record, and I still don't believe that Espin is dead. Reason being, he was on suicide watch. They had 2 people bodyguarding him, and he hanged himself. I ain't had nothing but no funeral. I ain't see nobody. So Espin may be on one of these keys right in the Bahamas, still pedophiling. But I was so proud of Bill Gates' wife, billionaire. And when Bill Gates' wife saw on TV that Bill Gates was at Espin mentioned 3 or 4 times, man, she already knew what happened. She already have kids for him. She filed for divorce immediately. That's a woman with integrity. But the government of the Bahamas knew that Nygaard was a pedophile. While the PLP cabinet was out there on the Perry Christie celebrating their victory with Nygaard, if half of them got any sense, the ones with ain't bisexual and gay, they could look at a black or white little child and they could see that that child is underage. So the question is, did the government party have sex with those underage girls immediately after the victory under the Perry Christie administration? And that is why they couldn't do nothing with Espin, because they start to have sex with these children. They too become pedophiles. This is food for thought. And the government is not at all seem to be sympathetic that they allow Nygaard to molest children in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for decades. Every other country is waiting to prosecute Nygaard for the things that he was doing in Nassau with the government party present after a general election. United States want a piece of Nygaard. 3 or 4 other countries want a piece of NIGOD. But what happened to the Bahamas, where NIGOD did most of its crime in Nassau, Bahamas, on Paradise Island, and I have not heard one cry from the government to ask Canada to bring NIGOD back to the Bahamas. You know why? Because they were doing the same doggone thing that NIGOD was doing, raping and pedophiling these underage children in the Bahamas. That is why NIGOD was never charged. But Lord, I hope that some of these politicians get extradited with NIGOD, with FTX. That's the only way the Bahamas could survive. If some of these crooks get charged outside the Bahamas and spend a lifetime, then the Bahamas integrity would start to get better. But while these crooks are still in power, still pedophiling, still thieving, and trying to shut Kai Mills up, the Bahamas reputation will forever be scorned because they are the government. Kai still cares.